All right, hello everyone. So today we're going to be looking at comparing and ordering decimals. This standard is 5.2b right here. Uh, all right, 5.2b. And this is an important skill because it helps us figure out which numbers are bigger or smaller. And it's something you'll use a lot in math. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, so now let's go ahead and look at a few points that we need to address. So when comparing decimals, the most important thing is to look at the place value of each digit, okay? Decimals are just like whole numbers in that the farther the left the digit is, the bigger it is. So when comparing decimals, we start from the left and move to the right. So looking at we start from from the farther the left, the bigger the digit is. And then so when we compare decimals, we start from the left. Okay, make sure this is really important. We start from the left. All right, so let's go ahead and look at an example. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and look at this example. So these are our two numbers that we're comparing. Remember, our objective or our standard is to compare and order decimals. Right now, we're just comparing to see which one is bigger. So I like to look at the numbers, like I said, from left to right, and that's how you should be doing it, looking from left to right. And what I like to do is just pretty much line them up. Again, I line up my decimals, and then I do 95, and then 95, and then 13, and then 95, and then 2. So just by looking at these two numbers, some of you guys may think, well, this one has 4 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 digits, and this one only has 3. This one has to be bigger. And that's not completely true. So let's go ahead and see why. So again, we're starting from the very left of the number. So we have 9 in the tens, 9 in the tens. So they're both the same. And you keep going. So you're working your way towards the right. So 5 and 5 in the ones, correct. And then this is where we have a difference. 1 in the tenths and then 2 in the tenths down here. All right. Technically, this number could also be 20, right? 20 hundredths or 2 tenths. Okay, tenths. Okay. And this is why we start from the left, and when we do that, we can automatically see that, oh, the first number that comes up that is bigger, this is the number that's going to be the biggest number. All right, again, now when we're ordering and or comparing decimals, we're going to have different signs. We'll have your less than sign, your greater than sign, and then your equal sign. Okay, it may be a little bit confusing to remember which way they're facing. One trick I like to do is that less than, it starts with an L, and if you take that L and then you kind of tilt it a little bit more, it turns into the less than sign. Okay, so kind of a little trick to kind of know which one. So if we're looking at these two numbers and we're comparing them, 95 and 13 hundredths is less than 95 and 2 tenths. Okay, so that would be your answer there. Okay, this would be your bigger number. Okay, all right, let's look at another example. Now we're going to order decimals. Okay, guys, so now we are going to be ordering decimals. So now if you notice, we have 4 different numbers here. Again, the same rules apply. We start from the left and then we work our way to the right. So let's go ahead and look at the whole numbers. Notice how they all have 94, 94, and then these two have 95. So we're going to go from smallest to largest. All right, we're going to go in that order. It's supposed to be an arrow. Sorry about that. All right. So smallest to largest. So I know that these two are the smallest. So I know that 94 is smaller than 95. So I know it's going to be between these two. So now what I like to do is go ahead and write them again. And then 94. And then again, I line them up with the decimal. I know these two numbers are the same, 94. But now this is where I really need to look at the tenths place. Ooh, this one has a 7 and this one has a 1. So I know that the smallest number is going to be this one. Even though it has an 8, it has 1 in the tenths. So technically this number would also be 70 hundredths. So this is where you can kind of see that, oh yeah, 70 is way bigger than 18. So this would be the smallest number. So knowing this, I know this would be my smallest number. I'll go and just number it number 1, and I do this would be number 2. And then I look at the next numbers, 95 and 2 tenths, and then 95 and 1 and 3, that's 13 hundredths. Okay, so I know both of these numbers are the same. Okay, good. Now I need to look at the tenths. So again, I look at it, this is a 1, this is smaller than a 2. Technically, this could be, we can call it 20 hundredths or just 2 tenths. Alright, so this number would be smaller. So if I know this is my first smallest, second smallest, this would be my third smallest, and then my fourth smallest. So now if I put these in order from smallest to largest, I would do 94 and 18 hundredths, and then I would do 94 and 7 tenths, and then I would go with this next number here that is 95 and 13 hundredths, and then my last largest number would be 95 and 20 or 2 tenths. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and just scratch that out because that's not what I had to begin with. So 2 tenths, this one right here, this number. Okay, so this would be it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and look at a star formatted question. Alright guys, we're back. Let's go ahead and look at the star formatted question. So now, again, this is 5.2b. Any question that you see that asks you to list the numbers or anything like that, you're going to be looking at 5.2b. 5.2 is also a readiness standard. Okay, so this is a must know. So let's go ahead and look at this. A group of numbers is shown. Yes, you have clearly you have 4 numbers here. 4 and 76 hundredths, 4 and 8 tenths, 4 and 753 thousandths, 4 and 801 thousandths. The numbers will be listed from least to greatest. Which number would be least to greatest? Which number should be listed third? Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Scratch it out. But it's supposed to be third. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at that. Simple. Like I said, I line up my decimals. I'm going to do 4 decimals here. And then I just write down my numbers. So I know that 4, I'll write down this number first, 4 and 76 hundredths. And then my next one is 4 and 8 tenths. Okay. And then this one is 4 and 753 thousandths. And then this one is 4 and 801 thousandths. Okay. Again, they all have 4 in the ones place. We start from, left to right. Okay. So we're starting from the very left. They're all the same. All right. Let's go ahead and keep looking. So we know that 7, 8, 7, and 8. Ooh, okay. So I know that 7s are lower than 8. So I'm going to look at these 2 numbers. This one and this one here. Okay, so I'm going to keep going because they both have 7s. I'll go to the next one. 5 in the hundredths and 6 in the hundredths. Ooh, here we go. We found it. It's going to be 5 is your lowest number because we are going from least to greatest. Okay, it would be different if we're going, from greatest to least, but this is, we're going from least to greatest, so this would be my first number. So I'm going to start from the left, from least to greatest. We're looking at it, and we're doing, our first number would be 4 and 53 hundredths. That would be my lowest number. So go ahead and cross that one off. And then my next one would be 4 and 76 hundredths. Cross that one off. And then I'm just between these 2 right here. So I know they both have 8 in the hundredths. This one has nothing, which is a 0 in the hundredth. They both have a 0. And then this one has a 1. Ooh, okay. So this one has a 1. This one would be all zeros. This one would be smaller. Because 8 in the tenths, 0 in the hundredths, they both have that. And then this number here has a 0 in the thousandths. This one has a 1, and 1 is bigger than 0. So let's go ahead and write down 4 and 8. Technically, I think it's only 8 tenths. So I'll go ahead and erase that. And then I'll do 4 and 801 thousandths. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one would be third? This one right here. My answer would be 4 and 8 tenths. That would be my number. Alright guys, that'll be it for 5.2b, which is comparing and ordering decimals. Alright, let's keep practicing.